These are the measuring and monitoring principles. So once in the whole process that you have taken, you have deployed your application. So you will do a constant monitoring and measurement of certain application specific matrices. Okay? In the sense to measure the performance. Like for example, if some X amount of load, let's say 1 million people or 1 million hits are coming to your website, then how much is the RAM getting utilized? Is the RAM getting utilized 10%? Or is it like 100%? So you will be monitoring the various matrices that you have configured for your application. So this is one of the this continuous monitoring is also one of the good features in the DevOps framework. Number one is performance matrices, which means like, for example, how many times you were deploying this particular code. For example, let's say you were deploying feature 1 and feature 2. And for these two features, it got deployed in one go, in a single go. But when you started deploying feature 1, feature 2, feature 3, three features together, then it took you 10 deployments to get the third feature up and running. Which means there was certain, you deployed it for the first time, you got some error. Then you tried it again, you got some another error. You try again, you got some another error. So this is like the deployment frequency. So this will tell you that what features were deployed in what frequency, so that you can track if there's a feature that is not, getting properly integrated with the other features. Able to understand? The lead time, which means that uh, you have started an application, okay, and you are deploying a new feature. Now, that particular feature has to go live. Okay? So how much time did it take for the older version to go down and the newer version to come up? That is the lead time required. Okay. The mean time to recovery, which means that if, for example, your application failed, so you added this third feature, and because of this third feature, something got broken and your application started to fail. In that case, how much time did the system took to recover to the older version, to the stable version, or to time taken to stabilize the application? That will come under mean time to recovery. So these are some examples, right? These are not the only matrices, just some examples that you can track for measuring the performance of your process. Okay. KPIs, key performance indicators. So here you're using the KPIs to measure the impact of the DevOps practice, which means that load balancers, how much bandwidth is your network, how much bandwidth is getting used. For example, this is the network usage. How much CPU is getting utilized, how much RAM is getting utilized, how much disk is getting utilized, how much write operations are you doing on the database, write operations, or how much read operations we are doing on the database, right? So these are some KPIs or key indicators that will tell you that, okay, based on this DevOps practices, what is the business impact? Like how DevOps is helping the business to stabilize the digital infrastructure. Clear? So for example, if your disk is 90% filled, so DevOps process will automatically add more storage and make it, let's say, 60% available, right? Or let's say, for example, you are doing a lot of write operations. There is a very increase, too much increase in the write operations. So what we will do is you will spin up the backup server and you will divert all the read operations to this backup server, because you are reading the older data here. So the read operations can move to here, and the write operations, it will sync, it will do on the active server, and then it will sync it back to the backup server. So based on these KPIs, you can actually go ahead and do conditions to support the stability of the IT infrastructure. Able to understand? Any questions you'll hear from anyone?
No, sir.
these are matrices that you can do for, let's example, you can do analyze it for a week, analyze it for a month, you can analyze it for a year, right? So these are the matrices that you can analyze as an historical data. Now, real-time monitoring, okay, this is something that you want to monitor at the moment. So there are some monitoring tools. For example, you have Kibana, you have Grafana, okay, or Prometheus, so or your ELK stack. All of this you can use to do the real-time monitoring, like what is happening at the moment. Okay. So you can monitor the traffic coming in, uh, the traffic, how's the health of the infrastructure, how's the user experience, for example, the response time. Okay. In this response time, sorry, let's say your response time for getting a page from the website should be less than 1 milliseconds. Okay. But let's say you are seeing this graph, you are seeing this 1 millisecond, 1 millisecond, and suddenly you see some spike. So here you can see that the users, they were experiencing a lag. Okay. Or your website was hanging for these users at this particular point in time. Right? Maybe because of the overload of the server or whatever reason it is, you can investigate for that reason and then you can improve on the application. So we can improve the user experience. We can keep a check on the infrastructure health and the application performance based on real-time monitoring. And alerting systems we have discussed already so many times that I can add a server, I can remove a server, turn on the backup server, or if something fails and copy, like for example, you can do geo copying. Let's say your database failed in Mumbai location, so I can make the Hyderabad database active until this gets recovered, right? So all of these systems you can set up using the alerts based on these KPIs and monitoring tools. Able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you understand these things, can you guys quickly go and read these 4 points here, the benefits of having measuring and monitoring tools? And you can let me know if you are able to understand this.
Okay, sir.
Clear to everyone?
Yes.
Any questions, any doubts from anyone till here?
Can you tell once again that for measuring the impact of DevOps?
The impact of? So what do you want me to repeat?
KPI thing.
Yeah, okay. So, fine. Let's take your Instagram. Okay. Have you experienced any outages in the Instagram application in the previous history?
Yeah, that outages basically that recent one CrowdStrike that also is kind of an outages, right?
No, so like example, you open Instagram and it was not loading your internet
Yeah,
is working fine, but it is not loading the details of the page, right?
yeah,
So these are things that are recorded in the logs, right? Like for example, you can see the server was returning a 500 error, okay? Or the CPU went 100%. Like what was the CPU usage? Let's say, for example, the team who is managing the infrastructure of the Instagram servers, they will not be available 24/7. They will also go back home and sleep, right? So let's say something happens during the night time. So people were not present at the moment at that office to take care of the situation immediately, right? So how will they understand what was happening? So they will see the historical logs or the historical matrices that have been collected, and those the dashboards that they will see, whatever details they see, let's say for example, CPU usage, RAM usage, or the load balancer network usage, or the disk operations, the write operations, read operations. These things are known as KPIs. There are certain standards which every application will have, right? Key performance indicators. These are the key indicators that will tell you the performance or the health of your application. Able to understand?
Yeah, got it.
For students, these things are like a report card, you can say. Any other questions from anyone?
No, sir. No, sir. We don't have it.
Well, I just wanted to know about the reducing manual work that eliminate repetitive tasks.
Yes. Now, repetitive task. Okay. I have to do, let's say you have your code. So you understand what is a build?
Yeah, build is a small code for a particular feature.
This is the executable. For example, I have a Java code. Then the build for Java code is jar file. Able to understand?
Yes.
How do do you know how we build the jar from the Java code?
No, I don't have knowledge of that.
Okay, what language have you used?
We just recently, I just recently learned the Python.
So in Python, when you have to run a script, what are you doing? Have you learned the Python on Jupyter
Yes,
or in Terminal?
on Jupyter.
In Jupyter, you have to press this Control Enter or Alt Enter every time to run the
Mm,
code.
correct.
So if you have 10 cells, you will
Mhm.
have to, if you and you want to run these 10 cells, then you will have to press either Alt Enter like 10 times, or you will go to the run menu and then you will select run all cells, right?
Correct.
So you are repeating. So this is, I mean, I'm doing the same thing again and again, which means I'm doing repetition,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Right.
So if I am pressing Alt Enter 10 times, then I'm doing repetition. But if I'm pressing run all buttons, it is automation. It is automatically running all the cells.
Yeah.
So by pressing run all cells, you
Mhm.
are able to save time, right?
Correct.
So the same thing will happen in your whole life cycle also. So if you have to, you have the Java
Mhm.
code and you have to create this jar, you will use
Mhm.
Java build, or you will use Gradle build or something you will use, right? Maven build. Either you will use Maven to build it, or you will be using Gradle to build it. So you will use
Okay.
certain command, right? So now
Correct.
for each feature that you are creating, you have to run this command, which means this is command is the repetitive task of this task is now repeating.
Yes.
So if I automate this task, which
Mhm.
means you don't have to manually run the command, your DevOps will run it for you automatically.
Okay.
So it will save you time.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay?
Yeah. Got it.
Any other questions from anyone?
Can you say instead of adding arc as well, adding dependency? Hello? Hello.
Yes.
Can we say like adding
Sorry. Can you be a little louder? I'm not able to hear you.
can we say like adding dependencies instead of adding jar files?
Okay, so I'm not able to hear you. Can you be a little louder?
Hello, am I
Yeah,
audible?
a little better.
Okay,
Tell me.
can we say the word like dependencies, adding dependencies, like to build for the build activity?
Okay, so whatever I've understood is you're asking, can we say the word dependencies
Yes,
for build activity?
yes.
But I'm not able to understand the question. This is a statement. Like adding the dependencies or installing the
Okay, you
dependencies
said
will be part of the
like
build
for
process.
building. Correct. So you said like what do we need for build, right? You said archive files.
Yeah, I mean, this is a command, right? So Maven build command will do all the dependencies, installation, and everything, right?
Correct. So the dependencies is nothing but the archive files, right?
Uh, Mahesh, your voice is very low.
Okay. Hello. I don't know why it is low.
Is it for me or can anybody else hear him?
No, sir, it's low even for me, sir.
Okay.
It's low at
Can
the
you be a
end.
little closer to the mic, Mahesh? Your voice is not coming properly.
Hello. How is it now? Hello.
A little better. Go on.
Hello.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So I mean, we can say directly dependencies, right? It's nothing but adding jar files.
No, you were taking it in a very wrong way. Sorry. Uh,
Okay.
you are taking it in a wrong sense. You are understanding this jar as uh, something for your code development, right? Like, for example, I have to connect to a database. So I will use the
Okay.
database jar. That is what you mean, right?
Yes.
Like for using different features, you will install the jar for your coding purposes, right?
Correct.
So that is not what I'm saying here. What I'm telling you is this jar that I'm displaying here. This is not the jar that you are using for development. This is the jar of this is the jar that I'm creating from your developed code.
Jar from the
Are you getting the
development code.
difference?
No.
Sorry.
No, I'm not getting the point. Hello.
This is you.
Hel-
Okay.
Okay.
You start coding,
Okay.
which means and you add. Let's say you add a jar for database. Let's say you add a jar for let's say AWS, for example, right?
Okay.
And you will use these jars and you will start writing the code. You will
Okay.
import the classes from these jars and you will use those
Correct.
classes and you build the logic and you start writing the code. Yes or no?
Yes. To connect database and database. Yes.
Yeah. This is you will connect it. These are the dependencies, right?
Correct. Yes.
This you follow, right? You will start writing this code. Now,
Correct.
this code you need to deploy. How will you deploy the
Correct.
code? You will take the .java file for
Compile file
deployment.
will
What will
take,
you
right?
do? Sorry,
No, we'll take compile file. That
compile. What is the compile file called? It is called a jar.
Java C, Java archive
No,
files.
it is jar. It is
Okay.
packaged inside the jar. You will have 1,000 Java files, na, in a software. Not a one
Yes.
Java file. You're talking about Java C. I'm not running it from the Linux folder, no.
Yes.
In a software, I will have 1,000 Java files, not a single Java file.
Correct.
So I will create a package out of it. So your database jar and your AWS jar will be packed and your code. All three things will be packaged in one jar, which is this is your application jar, right? Able to understand?
Yes.
This is the jar I'm talking about. This is the jar you will deploy on the
Okay.
server, no?
Okay. I thought like code plus the
That is why I
dependencies.
said what you were thinking is wrong because I understood what you're thinking.
Yeah.
These are not the jars that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the
No.
whole
Actually, it's yeah.
package.
But okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, let's say like in JIT, okay, so everyone will push the code, okay, to the main branch.
Sorry, Mahesh,
So
are you
that
saying something?
contains. Hello.
Are you
No,
saying
my
something?
voice is. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Please be a little louder. Yes, tell me.
No, no. Like let's say, developed code is moved to the main branch.
Huh.
Okay, then it contains code plus jar dependencies.
See, I'm okay. One second. Whatever I've understood is you have some code in develop and you move it to main.
Main main branch.
Now what?
So which is nothing but
A little louder, sir, please. Sorry.
yeah. So it is nothing but code plus dependencies.
Uh, guys, can anyone hear him?
Hello.
Mahesh, do you mind if you can type it in the chat, please? I'm not able to hear you properly.
I don't know why my voice is not clear. Hello. Is it audible now?
A little better.
Hello. One sec. I will connect.
If you're using a headphone, you can remove it. Maybe that would be better. I'm not sure.
Okay. Am I audible now?
No,
Hello.
still low.
Still low. Okay. Okay, you continue. Like I will ask the question later.
Can you please type your question in the chat? I'm not able to hear you. Sorry, Mahesh, are you sending the question in the chat?
So what I understood means he asked us to carry on, so he will ask the question at very last. That's what I understood.
Oh, okay. I was not able to hear. Fine. Okay. Any other questions from anyone? Is it good to everyone? No. So now you've understood the DevOps life cycle, right? So this is a depiction of the whole life cycle in the iterative manner. So it's going to run continuously. That is why it is a symbol of infinity. Okay? Because we are running through it constantly, continuously. So the first step is plan. This is number one. Then this is number two. First plan, which is requirement. Plan is clear to everyone. What is planning? Gathering the requirements from the client, designing the application, and all the whole planning stage. Any confusions to anyone in the plan stage?
No, sir.
Then after the planning is done, you will do the coding part. Once the coding is done, then I will create the build artifacts. Okay. You will create the build files like the jar files and other things which will required. And then once the application is ready to deploy, then we will test the application. Once the test is successful, then you will release the application to the public, okay? Like for the users, basically. Once the release is created, then you will do the deployment, which means you will deploy or install the application on the server. And then once the application is installed, then here you will do all the operations, like you will see, you will monitor, you will execute the application, people can use it, all the operations can be done. And here you will be in the end doing the monitoring, the performance KPIs and everything. And then this is again, this thing will repeat for the next set of features. Able to understand? So the first thing you did, maybe for feature 1, the second iteration number 1, the second iteration you will do it for, let's say, feature 2 and feature 3. Let's say the third iteration you were doing for feature 4. So this whole process, you are continuously going through this process for each feature that you are creating in your application. Able to understand what is DevOps life cycle?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any questions, any doubts from anyone till here?
Sir, here before deploying, we are saying release, right?
Yes.
Release in the sense it is for business checking or
Release is
for end
creating
user.
no, this is a version. Release version. Which phone do you use? iPhone or Android or anything else?
No, sir, Android.
Right? So what Android version are you using?
I don't remember. It is very old phone.
No, old is fine, but let's say you started from Android version 5, so Marshmallow edition, right? Then there was Android version 6, 7, 8. So these 5, 6, 7, 8 are what? These are releases that Android is doing.
Okay.
Whenever Android makes a new release, it tells you to update, right?
Yes, yes, correct.
So that
Mm.
update is the deployment part. They're deploying the
Okay.
application on your phone. No? And the new and whatever is to be updated, that is called a release. That I am releasing certain bug fixes or security improvements or this new feature. That is a release.
Okay. Okay.
And when you click on the update, it will install and it says download and install. That is deployment.
Mm.